With all the talks about what it should be, what divine is, what you will do, what you won't do, what you don't like about these people, what you do like about these people, spell work, all this dumb shit everybody be talking. I really don't think people got a clue, yo. You know what I'm saying? But I guess we're going to talk about it for a quick minute. You already know the vibes. Naga.
I'm Monet. A. With the affirmations to enjoy your day with. I am who masters me. I embody mastery. Naga's rising cavalry. The netters are my battery. I got my discipline. My source comes from within. Root chakra grounded in the cosmos so infinite. Nagas through my veins. Currencies flow through ligaments. Another netta instrument. Manifest me dividends. I'm on my mastery. Self-doubt is blasphemy. I'm the God I ask for me, connected to my astral being. I summon other beings, all facets of me. Magician part my meaning. My purpose is the alchemy. I am numero uno, Raishi on my mind, lion's mane, big on sumo, Babalao aligned with Pluto. We kick back like judo, karma licks back with Pluto. Heart on a feather, that represents my new growth. Trusting me is crucial, the God in me a do show. I'm bigger than your economics, politics, and Google. My omnipresence is the true show, all the world is stage. Allow my authentic self to be the sage. Fumigating parasites all up in my space. Cause I am who masters me. I embody mastery. I'm bigger than indoctrinations. Naga's rising cavalry. I am who masters me. I embody mastery. I'm bigger than the situation. Nettas are my battery. I am who masters me. I embody mastery. Naga's rising cavalry. The nettas are my battery.
I was gonna do the normal without the screen thing or whatever, but I'm like, I ain't show my face in a minute, so I'm gonna show my face. Y'all, how y'all doing? What's going on? What going on? All right, so look, I put a post on the Facebook the other day. I was like, I always hear people talking about what they ain't gonna do. If a person ain't got this, they not doing this, and all this other dumb shit. And I'm just like, you must be ain't never been through karma before. Like, you must be waiting to get that shit full force and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the natural laws of the universe is subjectable to everybody in existence. Nobody is exempt from none of that. You know what I'm saying? So y'all cocky out here. Y'all got the big ego going on and all that. I can dig it. First and foremost, excuse me and my setting. Soon, one day, hopefully, God willing, and support willing, that I'll be able to have a table, my own personal room set up to where I can come at y'all with the right visual. But right now, I'm not in that type of position. You know what I'm saying? I've been not caused by me, but I've been placed in a situation where now it's a struggle for me to get out of. And it's all good. Support the stream, support the stream, support the stream, especially if you dig the knowledge that I be putting out and I be kicking. You know what I'm saying? You already know the vibes. It's Naga, yo. So just walk with me, man. Listen to the knowledge. Don't see where it's coming from. You know what I mean? It's not about the visual. You know what I mean? It's about the words that's being spoken. So naturally, everybody feels they're entitled in some aspect, and that's not even a retrospect of true reality. That's only a retrospect of the world you particularly been dealing with or dealing in. You know what I'm saying? And that just because it hasn't manifested, it's because it's clashing with the particular energies that you're dealing with. And naturally, divine is trying to give you an opportunity to get this understanding, right? So, I've always been like privy to deal with shit first in a situation. Like the negative shit, I got a chance to go through it first. And it doesn't even mean that I'm particularly the reason that these things take place. It's like it's like divine saying, you tough. Go ahead, do that. You can get through that, and you're gonna get through that. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. But what I notice is on my journey, I see people in situations similar to mine, but under a different circumstance. You know what I'm saying? And we would talk. Like I would ask people questions when, I'm going through certain things. We're like, yo, whatever, how you end up this, whatever. And they would tell me their story, and I'll be like, yo, I would never do no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's not even my type of energy. Like, so you have energies in this world that play particular roles, and there's karma that's needed to be had. Karma is memory. You can never, like, even if you get amnesia, the memory is still there. It's embedded into your matrix of who you are. You know what I mean? So y'all got to learn to open your hearts and stop saying what you won't do, because you probably literally selling yourself short on the life of what it could be. People want everything McDonald's. You want it in a bag, wrapped up already. You want it, it's Burger King. You want to have it your way. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how the world got y'all wrapped in your head in convenience. What's deep is, I bet you a lot of people don't even know what a phone book is. I ain't talking about the app. I'm talking about a real phone book, the yellow pages. You know what I'm saying? I bet you a lot of y'all don't know what a high chair is. You know what I'm saying? Like taking the phone books and sitting them on a chair so you can sit higher. You know what I'm saying? Like at the table because everybody else bigger than you. Like, I bet you people don't even remember a lot of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is reality. This time that we living in is coming to an end. And I was with a homeboy of mine earlier. We was burning some papers, burning magazines and stuff. And we was talking. And I was like, yo, look at all this history. It's just going up in flames right now. And it's not even no use for it. And to look at that, like, going in doctor's offices and seeing like magazines sit on the table, or elevator music, or getting something in the mail, or paying a penny to get like mad CDs or mad CDs and tapes or whatever in the mail for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that don't exist no more. And whether people know it or not, this is what's going to happen to the internet. This is what's going to happen to the access of how we're doing things right now. Things are going to change drastically all over again. And it's going to be unbeknownst to you. It's not going to be something that you have privy to understand, that you are getting a chance to revel in. This is your time. People who are birthed around the last 10 years, 20 years up until now, this is your time. And this time is going to go by fast. So you don't want to be a apartheid to the people that was, careless with the times that we came from. People are careless, real careless with that time. They let shit get burned up, like in the fire when I'm talking about the magazines or whatever. I actually seen a postcard in the fire that said Essence Magazine. I was like, Essence Magazine, look at that. I was like, yo, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like Jet Magazine, look at that. Like, you'll never see one of those ever again in your life. You'll never have the particular energies that come with particular times, right? Having an incinerator in your building. You know what I'm saying? Like, just realities that don't exist no more. And that's how people treat people. You treat people like the connection value can be peeled off like banana peels. Like, I'm not doing this, when that's the reality of existence. I'm listening to this lady, Prophetess Nikki G, earlier, and she was saying love is not enough. Love is not enough. Love is not enough in a relationship. You need to commit. And da-da-da. Like, we know that. That's why it's called unconditional. I'm not attacking her. But what I'm saying is the act of understanding divinity or divine in itself, your life is love. You being in existence itself is divine giving you love. You standing in your existence is love. Without divine giving you just love, nothing else, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have a life. You wouldn't have a life to say what you think you are going to do and what you're not going to do. This is the reality behind the essence of us living, period. So people take that for granted. You say what you are and what you're not going to do, but then you signed up a contract to love somebody. You say this is what you're going to do. You say this vibration with your mouth. You know what I'm saying? And then you're unsatisfied with or can't comprehend with the circumstances that are given to you that's best serving you. A lot of people don't like vegetables, but I bet you they chock full of vitamins. So, so you don't like it don't mean you don't need it. You need it. My grandfather would be like, eat that shit. You're going to sit right there until you eat it. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be sitting there eating that food like, I don't want it. I don't want it. You stuffing it all down in your mouth so you can hurry up and get that swallow in because you don't like the taste, right? But you got to eat it because you're forced to eat it. And if you don't eat it, you're not going to get the vitamins. And my grandfather would laugh because you be crying, snot coming out your nose, you crying. You be like, big jaw, snotty nose. Look at you. Eat that food, I'll beat your ass. That's the reality. That's how the reality works. Sometimes you got to do things. And this is why you was forced to do things when you was young. So you'll learn what that is. Hold on 1 second. Sometimes you're forced to eat your food because when you get older, you're going to learn that it's not always about the vegetables that you got to devour or you got to eat. It's the circumstance you're dealing with. Sometimes you got to be strong enough to deal with that. And when you make a choice and decision, you got to stand on that. So people say things and do things that they really don't mean. You're not a child, you're an adult. Right? So just because you said shit and you did shit don't mean you can say, well, oh, that's not what I meant. You're not 10. You're not 7. You know what I'm saying? You're not 4. That's not a reality. And if you do shit, you got to stand on that shit. That's what it looks like being an adult. You got to come back to some people that you fucked over and say, yo, I fucked up. And you got to be sincere about that shit. Like, yo, I didn't mean to do that. Even if you don't get the outcome you want because you made the mistake, you still got to be man enough to face that shit and be humble enough to accept whatever comes with that. That's what it is to be an adult. You don't just go around life doing whatever you want. No, because somebody else might not like that. And the person that you're hurting might not ever want to ever deal with you ever again in life. And that's something you got to deal with because you're not going to have that key to access those things that you're able to do through that individual ever again. If you burn a bridge, you got to be willing to say, I set that shit on fire. And I don't care about crossing it again. That's the life we live in right now. I don't worry about certain things because, like I tell you, I always refer back to my grandfather. And he would always say, if I wanted a half-ass job done, da-da-da-da, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that means he had trust in the value of me doing something because he believed I can do it. I can get it done. So I'm going to get it done. Now that I'm older and I understand what that is, I'm going to get it done. You know what I'm saying? And being a black man in this world, it's hard enough trying to accomplish shit. Other people in this world, older people, they carry a level of jealousy with them that they'll inflict that shit on children. Just because they jealous and mad and lack thereof of who they are. Like, I could have did. I could have, would have, should have. You didn't. You can't blame me for your mistakes. I wasn't even around. Right? And it's the world we living in. People walk around smiling, kikiing, and all this shit because you can manipulate. You're not happy because you accomplished something yourself. You're happy because you manipulated somebody out of something. Think about what I'm saying. This is how most of the world act right now. You happy because you're able to manipulate. That gives you something to say, yay. Slow leaks. Whole blown up balloons with a little pinhole in it, just leaking out all the air. Couple days, this shit gonna be flat. So that means you ain't gonna even value what you was able to manipulate somebody out of. So most of the things I've done in my life, I put hard work in. People who know me, they know me to focus really good. But sometimes I make that shit look easy. That's me. That's my capability. Because you know why? The Most High know my struggle was real. So he be like, yo, I'm going to make you love this shit. Everything you want to do, you're going to love it. So I made sure if I did it, it was something I wanted to do. So I love doing it. I guess what I'm trying to say is you got to know yourself enough to put yourself in the situations that serve you so you can shine at that. Having negative connotations towards these values and affecting creations by divine or of divine is not going to be what serves you. That's not the way out. And that's not how you get props. And if you are attracting people that sit there and cheer you on for being an asshole or being disrespectful or whatever form of matter, you got the wrong people around you. You know how they say sometimes you don't need yes men around you because yes men ain't gonna do nothing but keep you stuck. It's kind of like that. You don't need other negative people around you because negative energy loves negative energy. It's like misery loving company. Why would I want you around? I need you to move because I'm gonna stay in this mentality. You got to have self-discipline, yo. Whatever that means for you, you have to discipline yourself. You see what I'm saying? And if you don't choose to take the lessons that further you in life, you're going to fail your own self. You're going to fail your own self by the choices you choose to make, thinking that you're doing better or inflicting that energy on somebody else just to get what you want out of the situation. So stop lying to yourself. And when people go around talking about what you're not going to do, you're eluding yourself for the journey. You can't have everything paper plate and plastic cup, plastic silverware. That's not life. I want it all put together already. You want a motherfucker with $1 million. They got to have $1 million to deal with me, but you never touch that. I can honestly say before, and this is my son will tell you this. My oldest son, when he was 7 years old, I had him count 50 grand cash of money that I made myself. I said, we're going to count this together because I want you to see what it feels like to touch it. That's an experience I gave my child. Can't take that from him. The second time I touched 50 grand was in my own aspect. Twice in this world, in this life, in existence, I touched 50 grand cash in my hand. My point for saying that is that was my own wherewithal, and I chose to let my son see that. That wasn't for me to show somebody to get props or nothing like that or make a girl happy or whatever. It's the journey, right? So if you get with somebody and both of y'all really ain't at y'all peak or your height, but y'all building, one person stronger than the other. So what? You got more than the man. The man got more than the woman. So what? You're going to enjoy that because you're going to be able to do things for each other that you're going to find love in. And that's going to be memories that you're making. You know, the thing I hated about being around people that bother me the most is when they go around people they know and they got stories and you never been there. They laughing and joking and shit like that. But you wasn't a part of those stories. Now you got to build stories with people in order to have a life with them. Otherwise, you lying to yourself about the connection you got with individuals. See, people don't know about life for real. And you young people, y'all don't know shit. Y'all just going there, look at me. Hey, I'm here. That's not what it is. That's not what it is, yo. That's not ever what it's going to be. And as you get older, you're going to learn even the connections you got with people are not solidified to a value. You're going to always run back to the stories that you had before you not having stories with them just to make yourself comfortable around people that you believe you know. Yo, shit get deep messing with me. I'm trying to tell you, once you got true experience, you understand what it means. This is why I was able to separate myself from a lot of things. I'm like, yo, why I'm chasing dreams? I might have wanted to have a relationship with certain people, but if I don't got it like that with them and we don't got no time, I can't force that in there. We got to be willing to have a journey together. So if I'm sitting there saying what I won't do, I'm not going to have this, I'm not going to deal with that, I don't like this, I don't like that, I'm not going to have a journey with the person that I'm trying to get with, and we're not going to have stories, memories that we can look back on and laugh about. That's what life is. How you become 50, 60, 70 years old and they got a story with the person you dealing with? Because everything is already put together when you got it there. That shit short-lived like a mug. That shit short-lived, and you ain't gonna get too far with that. Hey, that's just what it is. You're not gonna get too far with that. So I guess what I'm saying to all of y'all right now is Y'all destroying the future before you even get one. Right? That's why I was talking about the paper before, like the paper and the magazine from back in the day or whatever. Like, we can't get that back. That's gone. But I bet you a collective amount of people can say, yo, I remember that. We didn't have to be in the same room for me to say, yo, do you remember a phone book? No, you had a phone book before. You know what it looked like flipping through the pages, finding McDonald's, and then you got to go through 8 different McDonald's to make sure it's on the street that you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? Not like you could just scroll and find it or type it into the search and it pops up. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. So what type of connection you want to have with the person you think you're going to love? Or the friendship you're going to have? Or the family you're going to have? It has to be memories. I get mad at my family because I love you. How? I seen your ass in 1,000 years. How the hell you don't even know me? I get real mad sometimes because I don't like nobody telling me shit that's not true. I tell a motherfucker in a heartbeat, don't tell me you love me because you ain't been here. How you love me and I'm struggling? How you love me and this time a few months ago I was sleeping behind a grocery store or whatever. Under a box, but you love me? That love wasn't looking for me. That love wasn't checking for me. So my passion about certain things is deep. And I sit there and be like, you know what? I ain't got time for people who full of shit. Whether it's going to be a girlfriend, friends, family, whatever. You got to show me that how you feel. And what's loyal to me, I'm going to be loyal to it. I'm going to fight for that because I know how to play my role. I don't know about everybody else. So when y'all all out here trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to seem like, are you getting BBLs? Are you trying to get this money, get that money, keep up with the times? Why would I try to keep up with the times of the youth? They don't know shit. We got to teach them how to have respect for their own life before they waste the time chasing shit that don't value. What you're going to value is what values, and you have to understand what that is first before you even go out there and say, I like this. Remember when you was a kid, you would have ate candy all day unless somebody said, no, candy is not good for you. It's going to take your teeth out. It's going to give you problems with your gums, and you're going to be sore in your mouth, and you're not going to be able to eat. You're going to stay in the doctor getting drills and shit. That's what you want? You had to be scared away from doing things that don't serve you. Don't y'all remember that? Sad. It's real sad. Because it seems like everybody's fighting. Everybody's fighting for the false reality. Not even knowing you fighting for things that don't serve you. You fighting for a value that's not going to be able to sustain you later in life. And then you're going to comprehend this shit later in life and you're going to be like, damn, why did I make that decision? This shit don't mean nothing. I missed something that I don't even know how to have. Exploitation was taking the best versions of what you went through, what you fought through, what gave you appreciation to the life you had. So they would exploit that from our culture and make movies out of it. And the first thing we say now is, why this, why that? Well, people was going through things and ultimately they ended up having to do things that probably they didn't want to do. If y'all need some history, go back to the 1930s and look up this movie called Nadine. For you young people, you in your 20s right now, your early 30s, your late teens, go look up Nadine. Go look that movie up. It had not Samuel Jackson. It had oh man. He got the deep voice like this. What's his name? Not Lewis. What's his name? The light-skinned dude. Oh man, I can see his face, man. Dang. Ask one of the elders. They'll tell you. Ask your mother. Or your uncle or somebody. What was the movie from the 30s? It's a movie called Nadine, and they took all the men out of the homes. Go ask them about that. They'll show you what that movie is. I don't remember. Oh man, I keep wanting to say Louis Gossip Jr., but it's not him. It's the light-skinned dude. It's the light-skinned dude, yo. He kind of looked like Kevin Gates. He kind of like Kevin Gates from back in the day or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? I can see his face, yo, but I cannot say his name for nothing. Anyway, y'all ask somebody about that, what I'm saying right here, and they're gonna be, if you show them that clip me saying that, they're gonna be like, he talking about this. He talking about this. He was even a baseball player in a movie or whatever. Go watch that movie too. When they was playing baseball. Y'all learn a lot from the past. I love y'all, man. And you got to know where you come from to understand where you're going. And if y'all don't get that down first right now, you're really going to be lost in the next 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. And it's not going to be nobody, because it's not going to be nobody of your lineage to protect you, because the parents of today ain't worth the shit. They ain't trying to show their children nothing, really. Ain't too many slow cook-on meals going into the kids' bellies. Ain't too many stories being told on quiet time with candles being lit, and you just sitting around with your mother and your father at their feet, and they just telling you good things to strengthen your mind. That's not happening these days. Togetherness is not a part tied to a value. You got computers and phones that's blocking you from even being together with your family. When the last time y'all sat around a fire and somebody told scary stories? You know what I'm saying? When last time you got with a strong person and y'all went through the woods and just had fun? Or when you went to the lake with family members and you just jumped in the water and had fun, and like things like that don't happen. There's no togetherness. Togetherness for y'all don't hold up a value of truth, significance. And I ain't gonna hold you. I'm just trying to show you. You already know the vibes. Naga.
Sunshine Monet, ayy. With the affirmations to enjoy your day with. I am who masters me. I embody mastery. Naga's rising cavalry. The netters are my battery. I got my discipline. My source comes from within. Root chakra grounded in the cosmos so infinite. Nagas through my veins. Currencies flow through ligaments. Another netta instrument. Manifest me dividends. I'm on my mastery. Self-doubt is blasphemy. I'm the God I ask for me, connected to my astral dream. I summon other beings, all facets of me. Magician part my meaning. My purpose is the alchemy. I am numero uno, Raishi on my mind, lion's mane, big on sumo, Babalao aligned with Pluto. We kick back like judo, karma licks back from Pluto. Heart on a feather, that represents my new growth. Trusting me is crucial, the God in me a do show. I'm bigger than your economics, politics, and Google. My omnipresence is the true show, all the world's a stage. Allow my authentic self to be the sage. Fumigating parasites all up in my space. Cause I am who masters me. I embody mastery. I'm bigger than indoctrinations. Naga's rising cavalry. I am who masters me. I embody mastery. I'm bigger than the situation. Nettas are my battery. I am who masters me. I embody mastery. Naga's rising cavalry. The nettas are my battery.